Welcome back to the channel. In the previous video I made an ESPHome controller with a single button and a rotary encoder. This time I wanted multiple buttons and multiple rotary encoders to be able to control more devices. And it all starts with the design of the PCB and the placement of the parts. In the background you can see me trying to fit in everything I need to make this work. And when I settled on the design, it's time to export it to a DXF and get started on the PCB. First I made a schematic of all the parts I think I need. And then in EasyEDA I import the DXF to get the outlines and the exact locations where I want the parts to be. And after this the great puzzle begins to place the parts exactly on the design. And then when you think you get everything sorted out, it doesn't fit, so we have to get back to the drawing table and adjust the design. And then with the new design, we continue the puzzle. And then when we placed everything and everything looks good, we're gonna do an outer route to see if everything can be connected. And then you find out that not every connection can be made because the holes are too close. So let's do some adjustments and try again. And I also don't like the placement of the capacitors, so I'm changing them around. Also to make the traces more logical. And while I'm editing this video, I'm contemplating on, was this really necessary? And to be honest, no it wasn't. But it just makes you feel good if it looks good. And I think this is part of the process, and it just makes you feel proud of what you created. And after a quick check, I started the auto trace again and see the magic happen. And when the outer route is done, I globally check the traces if everything is connected like it's supposed to be. But even if you check your PCB twice, triple or 4 times, mistakes are made. We have 2 traces that should not exist, and the output of LED key number 2 should go to the input of LED key number 3, and the output of LED key number 3 should go to the input of LED key number 4. I altered the design and they will be available on my Patreon page. Here you can see where I made my mistakes. I didn't alter the name of the labels correctly, and I didn't notice this before I sent my designs out to get manufactured. And this brings us to the sponsor of this project. This project wouldn't have been possible without my sponsor JLCPCB. I designed this custom PCB, uploaded the Gerbers, and had them in my hands in just a few days. If you are looking for cheap, high quality PCBs, JLCPCB is the go-to. I used the SMT assembly servers to get these tiny components pre-soldered. JLCPCB offers 1 to 4 layer PCBs for only $2 and the new user coupon package is incredible. Check the link in the description to save on your next project. Now back to the video.
Several days later.
After a few days the package has arrived and it's time to unbox it. And while we're unboxing, please consider to subscribe and like the video. As you can clearly see, it's well packaged. And now we're done. Let's take a closer look. I added the print to make it look better, and at a quick glance it all looks fine. Also the back, it looks really good. And most of these parts are, or you can solder yourself. The only part I really hate to solder myself is the USB slot. And a quick test if the rotary encoders work. Yep. Okay, we've seen enough. Now let's get ready to solder.
A few moments later.
I've set everything up to get ready to solder, and I recently got a question if I still use my Kurzheiser. As you can see in this footage here, I'm still using it. And we start by placing the switch sockets so we can change the keys later. And while soldering the switch sockets, make sure you really fill them up. Sometimes when you use the microscope, it's hard to see where to put the solder. And here I'm getting the pad ready to install the ESP32. And again, I'm using the ESP32-C3 from Seed. Now the soldering is done, let's attach the antenna. And the final step, install the key switches. Okay, they look good, they sound good. Now let's do a quick test. We almost reached the end of the video. In the next part we'll design a case and build the code to make this all work. I want to give a special thanks to my Patreons for supporting my channel. And if you like what I do, please like and subscribe. Feel free to reach out if you wish to contact me. But for now, I thank you for watching. And stay tuned for part 2.